T-Mobile income versus what you're going to earn this year. What were you earning being a top guy at T-Mobile? And then what's this year look like for you?
So T-Mobile, say 60 to 70K. So far, just where I'm at a little under 120
For the year?
from what I have just, active right now.
Yeah. Wow. So what is the goal for this whole year? Because we're in January.
So yeah, I know. My goal was 150.
Okay. So you're going to far surpass that. So now what are you
Hopefully, fingers
thinking?
crossed.
Yeah.
If possible, I'd like to shoot for 200, but
Yeah.
I don't want that to be, the joke that you always make, pull it out of my rectum type of
Yeah.
income.
Yeah. That's so funny. Well, that's great. So we kind of walk through your transformation story, right? Going from zero, we talked about, we didn't touch on, this is really important. Lastly, and then you guys can ask him anything you want. You have to speak to pipeline maturity. What you thought it meant when I kept telling it to you when you got nothing, and now what does it mean to you now that you actually have experienced pipeline maturity?
Yeah. So I always understood what it meant because, again, surround yourself, before I even dig deep into that, surround yourself with people that you want to be like, not people that you were like or that aren't going anywhere, right? So in this program, I mean, inner circle is great, right? I've got introduced to a lot of people that make the income that I hope to make. So I seen their pipeline maturity. I seen them getting, oh, I know I'm gonna have 2 listings coming next month, and the month didn't even start. I'm just like, wow, I'm still fighting for my first one, right? But now that I'm starting to see it, I have, appointments I went on in December that are ready to list in January. And, in my follow-up boss, I have people that are like, hey, now that the holidays are over, let's get together. Or give me a call in February. Or, yeah, I know I'm going to list 1,000% in March. So I know now that I have business in the future. And to just feel that, you just have to be patient. That's really all it is with this business is just, tucking your tail and biting your tongue and just not complaining. I know we were going to get into the conversation that we have, but I don't think we have any time for that. But just be patient. Just put your head down and don't look up.
And if you're watching this video right now and you're not earning a minimum of $10,000 a month every month, there's a link in the description. You can get instant access to my free 6-figure listing agent course where I show you step by step how to scale your income as a listing agent working 4 to 5 days a week. Just click the link in the description to get started. Yeah, and what you just said is great. Pipeline maturity means that the conversation, if you are still building and you still have a little bit of doubt, you have to understand that it just takes a little bit of time, to Xavier's point, that the conversations you're having now turn into actual signs in the ground in 90 days. So until you feel that, because now you've felt it, you've felt those conversations in October turn into listings in November, November into December, December now into January. Now oh yeah, these conversations I'm having in January, that's all my March's business.
And it's
because you've gone through it.
Yeah, and it's so easy to do all that work and let it slip your hands by not following up. So following up is definitely a huge part to pipeline maturity as well.
Yeah, I love it. All right. Who's got the first question? You got Xavier. You've got someone who has gone through this entire journey being a brand new agent from $0, never earning an income in this business to now 6 figures in a very short amount of time. He shared everything with you. You've got him for 10 more minutes. What questions do you have for Xavier?
Here goes, Xavier. I got one for you. You built your confidence on the phone. How long did it take you? How many appointments did you have to go on to build your confidence on the listing appointment to start taking those?
Yeah. So personally, I feel like in person, it wasn't as bad because I had that T-Mobile sales experience, but I went on, I think 6 appointments and didn't get anything. And it was just going back, coming home. I always recorded my appointments as well. I put my phone there, face down, just voice memo, and I'd listen to it. I'm like, man, why is my voice shaking here? It sounds like I don't know what I'm talking about. I wouldn't even hire myself. So then it would just go back to role playing that and role playing that and role playing that and writing the script and just learning it.
It's a great question. Go ahead, John. We'll get you unmuted, my friend.
Hey, Xavier. What are you doing now to sell property and have them close during this November, December, January timeframe when the market really sucks?
Yeah, I'm so glad you asked that. I've been taking our skills of the phone And instead of just, doing reverse prospecting on the MLS and just email blasting everybody, I'm directly calling agents that have sold in this area in the past 180 days and having those voice-to-voice conversations with them, having voice-to-voice conversations with people in EXP, right? Letting them know, talking to other brokerages as well, going into their office, giving them little postcards, flyers, whatever it is, my business card, letting them know that buyer's agents are protected. We're willing to work something out as long as the net number makes sense. I don't care how much commission you ask for, as long as my seller meets their net number or more. And now that inclines people to want to just come through the door. And, my open house, I just did an open house on Saturday. I've been, again, like I was saying, sending it to my sellers, sending it to people in my email, just reaching out to anybody in the area, getting them through the door. And the last open house I did, it had about 20 people at a time in that open house. And it just created the illusion of, wow, people are really interested. And I got 2 offers on that.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah, thank you.
It's great. Yeah, I love that. I mean, just you're really putting forth the effort for your client, which is what we've promised the client that we were going to do.
You have to. I'm in a full buyer's market now. It's bad.
Yeah, it is bad. It's hard. It's hard. The days of just sitting, putting the sign in the front yard, and then you getting 10 offers in 2 hours, those are over. Those are over. You have to actually be proactive. You got to be the professional, because the problem is most agents got their license when in a seller's market where they didn't have to do anything. Sign in the front yard, sit back, and just collect the offers, and they look like a hero. Those days are just gone. They're gone. All right, what else? Yeah, what else you guys got? Go ahead, Miles.
Yeah. I know you mentioned how detaching from the outcome was something that really helped you. So how can you do that as like a newer agent that doesn't have all the business in the world? Like when you really do want that business, how can you kind of detach?
It's hard. That's a great question too. It's hard because I was there as well. Like I said, just beating my head against the wall. 50, 60, 70 contacts a day and nothing happening. And I was, emailing Brandon, like, what do I do? This is not for me. Like, do I have to really go find a job again? But you just got to trust the process and really just have confidence in yourself, right? You got to understand that the work that I'm doing, I'm so confident that it's going to pay me in the future. I just don't give up. I mean, me and Brandon were talking about this right before we started the live, is people give up right before all the success happens. And I gave Brandon a call 3 days before, about quitting, before I got my first listing.
Crazy. And so that's the definition, Miles, of blind faith. Blind faith means you don't have any evidence to believe that it's going to work. But the blind faith, like Xavier said at the beginning of this episode, is he saw all the other people using the same scripts, using the same tactics, using the same strategies, winning. The only difference was they were doing it for a longer period of time. That was the only difference. And when I talked to Xavier, that's exactly what I told him. You can't, comparison is the thief of all joy. So you can't compare if you're in month 2 or 3 of, okay, first off, if you're not consistent, right, you can't not be consistent and say something doesn't work. But let's assume an agent's really, really consistent, doing 20, 30, 40 contacts every day, 5-6 days a week. It's just simply a matter of time until that thing pops. Now, if you're up and down with inconsistent, it's going to take forever. It won't ever work.
Spot on.
So that's the 2 things. So there's 2 huge assumptions. How long is it going to take? A, if you're consistent, I always tell people it's going to take about 6 months. If you're inconsistent, it will take forever. It won't ever work. You agree, Xavier?
1000%.
So every time you stop, you prospect for 3 days and stop, you start the 6-month timer all over again. You prospect for 2 days and stop, timer starts all over again.
I want to say something to that too. I surrounded myself with people that I wanted to take a weekend off, and they were calling me 7:30 in the morning, 8 a.m. I don't even see a single contact from you, Xavier. What are you doing? You're taking a day off when you have nothing? And that just stuck with me.
That's right. That's right. But that's what stuck with me, was that every time I would get a good streak and stop, and then a month would go by, I'd always ask myself, dude, what if you never stopped? Where would you have been had you not stopped? So every time, this was so painful for me. Every time you stop, you reset a 6-month push out. No wonder it takes most agents a career and they never get started. Because they do something for 1 or 2 days. Okay, this is really, really good. Monday or Tuesday is really good. Wednesday's okay. Thursday, they've fallen off the rails, and then they start all over again. And that's their whole career, and they never build any real momentum. Yeah, go ahead, Matt.
This is an interesting question because I promised myself I'm going in on this 2025, and I started today, and I probably went for about 4.5 hours. So I want to ask you, because again, you've been basically going at this hardcore since the beginning of the year. What is your mindset like now, compare at the end of let's say a prospecting day, compared to what it was like then? When you get done, like, am I supposed to go home feeling like my brain's about to blow up, or?
Yeah, that means you work.
Yeah.
You got to embrace the no, because you're going to realize that, just starting off or wherever you're at in your career, if you look back at the numbers, how many no's is it going to take for you to get a yes? Right. So I know, like we were talking about contacts to leads, I know it's going to take me 19 people to tell me no for one person to give me the opportunity. And once I get the opportunity, I can present myself in front of people and I have a 50% chance of getting that listing.
Okay.
Right. And detaching from the outcome means, Matthew, is that you actually fall in love with the 4 hours and allow everything else to happen by itself. But see, we are so attached to the lead, the appointment, the listing in this business of real estate that it makes the 4 hours painful. But the goal is the 4 hours. So that's the thing that you should feel really excited about. So I do the 4 hours. That's the work. So this is cause and effect. So I do the 4 hours, check, boom, won the day. You're high-fiving people, you're going out to dinner, you're having a steak dinner. Dude, smashed it today. And then the outcomes take care of themselves. All the time. All the time.
Yeah. And just to add to that, if your business plan says to do 4 hours, you better be doing 8 minimum. just to fast track your success. And you're going to just be doing this for such a good amount of time and just already start learning what the next person's going to say, that it's just going to become a game. You're going to enjoy this. I love Mondays.
The best. That's great. Go ahead, Zach.
Hey, Xavier. Man, congratulations getting on here. I've had the honor of prospecting with you and seeing you at your worst and seeing you at your best. And it is, man, this is a hard business to get into. And I mean, you've even created a community within this community. And so I appreciate you so much for that. I mean, this guy really came in here and went all in 1,000%. So I guess my question to you would be, if you were to start all this over, what would you do anything differently?
I appreciate that, Zach. And thank you, man. It's a great question. If I were to do this all over again, I 1,000% would be calling Brandon. And it's not scripted. I swear I would be not trying to pay the ignorance tax. I mean, what you teach is honestly just years of mistakes. And I would honestly and pick up the phone sooner. I don't know why I waited so long to pick up the phones. I feel like if I picked up the phones when I first got started and made all those mistakes in the beginning, instead of waiting a few more months, I'd probably be listing maybe 10 million volume instead.
So you buy into the concept of it's okay if you don't know it all in the beginning. Just go out there and fail as fast as you possibly can. Even though you don't know the script, you don't got a great presentation, you don't even know what you're going to do when you get there, you're bought into that piece. Is that right?
Absolutely. And it's so interesting because that's just life in general. You go to the gym and you don't spend hours and hours reading books and watching videos before you decide to lift the dumbbell. You just go there, you look goofy, and then you just continue to do it, right? Or it's the same thing like riding a bike. Right? I'm not going to go watch videos on how to ride a bike. I'm just going to get on it and bust my ass and do it again and bust my ass and keep doing it.
Yeah. You can't learn how to ride a bike at a seminar.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's good, Zach. Bryce, go ahead. We got time for one more, then Xavier's going to get another listing. So Bryce, go ahead, my friend.
Xavier, my man, what is the one thing that you struggle with or feel like you need to improve on?
Good question. And Bryce, my role play partner, I think he's the next person you should have on here. He's been absolutely crushing it. One thing I could improve on, it's a good question. I feel like just doing a better service of staying on top of my future clients now that I have active clients. right? Actually, my goal for this year is just working on time blocking, because I'm so obsessed with prospecting that I'll go from 7:30 to like 1 o'clock, just continue calling, and then I'll be like, shoot, I gotta do follow-up. Shoot, now I have to do follow-up and prospect again later in the day. And then I also have to, go service these active listings. I gotta do open houses, I gotta, schedule showings, this, that, and the third. So that would be something I would improve on. And the next question, I believe, was something. What was the next question? I'm sorry.
What do you feel like you need to improve on? Like, what is there something that you need help to make you even better than you are right now?
Such a good question. I can't think of anything, honestly. I feel like I just need to keep making mistakes and just keep going.
Bryce, what do you think? What do you think he needs to work on? Being his role play partner, what skill or technique do you feel like needs to be sharpened a little bit more?
I know he struggles with FSBOs. I really think going after not only he can smash expireds all day long.
Yeah.
But when it comes to FSBOs, I would say that's probably something we can absolutely improve on and really get even more business with that pillar too.
It's great feedback, Bryce. Thank you for that.
All my listings, I've only signed one FSBO.
Yeah, it's a different conversation. But yeah, Bryce, thanks for that. Really thoughtful questions. Appreciate you for that. Xavier, thank you for this. I'd love to have you back on a year from now. Because again, you are truly living this thing, what I call transformation, because it's not just about information, right? Like, I can give you as much information as possible, but until you start to execute and you actually use the information and go out there and fail, transformation doesn't actually happen. So thank you for that. Any last words you want to leave with the people?
The only thing I would say is literally just be patient. It's going to happen as long as you do the work. It sounds cliche, but that's because it works.
Love it. Xavier, thank you so much. You guys, we'll see you guys next Tuesday. Have a great week.
Thank you.